man, what's going on? What's going on? You're tuning in live with the one and only NFA JayShawn, and I got my friend on the line, Robin Hood of Rhyme. Hey, man, it's kind of crazy, man. What's going on, man? I'm just gonna go straight into it, bro. You ready for this one?
Let me hear it.
All right. So this is pretty sticky. So there's this lady named Gina La Placa or Gina La Placa or Gina La Plaza. I don't know how to pronounce it right, but anyway, she's a mayor in New Jersey for Lumberton Township. Okay.
Uh-huh.
This lady was arrested. Okay. She was allegedly driving drunk. All right. So they hit her with the DUI, and the whole incident was captured on footage on the body cam. It shows this lady falling, like kind of like staggering, right? She's staggering, like, and she can't even like walk straight. She's like staggering. She's like, just almost about to fall, face plank the floor, yo, right? And and then they're like, yo, are you drunk? She goes, nah, no, no. Why would you say that? No, right?
Not
That's
me. I'm a
ignorant.
politician.
Me? Yeah, I'm a mayor. Why would I do that, right? Um, but anyway, she was cool the whole time. She wasn't tripping. She wasn't doing none of that. But now check this out. They're like, after a while, they had to get it. They're like, come on, man, you kind of falling, you tripping all over the place. Like she was drunk. She was totally drunk, right? And then they're like, you was drinking? She goes, yeah, I was drinking. I was having some vodka. And they're like, damn, right? The
Full of it.
police, right? You was drinking what? Like, yeah, she go hard. But now
Right.
she facing charges of a DUI. But now here's the icing on the whole entire cake, because everybody's messing up in the roads getting DUIs, and they need to stop that shit because there's a lot of people out here that's dying because of that stuff. So if you're drunk, they call Uber. If you too broke, walk. If you lazy and you broke, go to bed in the car.
Literally. And not with
If
the
you don't
keys inside
have
the
the
car. Keys
yeah,
outside the car.
just go to bed in it. Go in the back seat, and when the police go, and you still in the parking lot of the bar, and he gonna be like, "What happened? Why you still in here?" And you can tell him, "I went to the bar, and I don't have a way home, and I'm drunk." Right? Just say that. He gonna be like, "You know what? I ain't even mad at you. I got
Right.
nothing but love for you. Do your thing." Boom,
Right.
boom. Dun-dun-dun-dun-dun. Right? He gonna do all of that for you. But listen, here goes the icing on the cake. This lady was driving saucy on the other side of the road. Like she was going like, and this is allegedly, but she was going on the other side of the road, man. And she's the mayor.
It
She's the mayor. She's
should be
drunk.
allegedly, but I wonder, was it a divided highway or an interstate or a 2-lane road, or
I
you
don't
know what I
know,
mean?
but the police, they stopped her at her house. So I guess she ain't want to stop for them or what the case was,
Yeah, let me
but
show you
she
my
ended
rich
up
house so
in
you
her
can not want to mess with
driveway.
me.
Yeah, and then when she pull up, right? As soon as she pull up, right, she starts staggering outside the car, right? She go tell the kid, "Go ahead, run." She got a kid the whole time. The whole entire
That's
time.
that's crazy, man.
There's a kid in the car. She got a
Uh,
freaking kid in the car the whole time.
wow, man.
The whole time. She's doing this all the whole time. She got a kid in the back seat. She gonna go ahead and tell the kid, go ahead. Go ahead and run.
Damn.
Hey, she needs to be stopped. Her name is Gina La Placa or Gina La Plaza, whatever. She's a mayor at Lumberton Township in New Jersey. I think everybody needs to go over there and tell her to resign, quit.
Absolutely.
Cause she looked like she need to be drunk or not be drunk. Cause obviously she can't handle her sauce. She needs to be, maybe in rehab, allegedly. But damn, that's kind of wild. You
I
can't
mean,
be
I
driving.
hear allegedly, and I think, yeah, that's the right way to look at it. And there needs to be, a lot of things change in the judicial system, and like we always need to lead with that word, and innocent until proven guilty. But when
It
you
was caught on body cam.
there and you acting like that, I don't care if it's alleged or not. Whatever you were doing, you shouldn't have been driving with a child in the car, regardless if you was drunk or
Yeah,
not.
bro,
If you
what the
can, you know what
fuck
I'm
they
saying,
doing? That's crazy. Like, she needs
man.
to be stopped, this lady. She needs to
Yeah,
be stopped. Hey, listen, I put the whole video on my YouTube channel. Y'all can go check that out. It's right
yeah.
on the YouTube channel. This lady is insane. All right, but we're gonna switch gears because I don't know if anybody's been paying attention, but Kanye West.
Hey, how could you not? Really, you could not even be a fan of rap and see what's going on. You know.
Yeah, yeah. Even if you don't listen to rap, you know who Kanye West is. Just like he said in his song. Somebody better tell him who Kanye West is. Right? Let me stop before he hits me with copyright. But
Yeah.
hey, all I gotta say is my man's just came out with a song. I don't know if you heard this song, but it's called Bianca. And it's gonna be on his latest album called WW3.
Yep.
All right. And he's addressing that he has split up with Bianca Sensori, that he's no longer with her. I guess in the song, he addresses the whole thing. Allegedly, he was saying that, um, you know, I guess Bianca wants him to get help or something like that.
It
And
was in
you gotta,
response to his tweets, if I'm not mistaken. She, what I read was that she had like a panic attack when she saw some of his posts. And then she ran out in the Maybach, and he had put a track. Obviously, Maybach comes with trackers, so he had to use the Maybach app to track her location because she freaked out and left. Yeah, and
go
so
ahead, please
obviously, like
tell
she
me.
couldn't handle it. You know what I mean?
I heard about this. He was tracking her, and then in the song, he admits that he's tracking the girl.
Right.
I said it a long time ago. Somebody need to go check on her. If that was my sister, he'll catch these hands straight up. He
I'm
lucky that
glad that they
lady
were
not
able
related
to
to me.
amicably separate, and he didn't make it a bigger deal when they did separate. You know what I mean? I'm just glad that it was just that simple.
I wonder
But he
who's
really
her
shouldn't be
brother.
talking about her. After when a relationship's over, you need to let that go. You know what I mean?
That's over. Yeah, especially if they do something that's non-repairable. It's
Right.
over. Like, like if my girl goes outside today and starts doing what Kanye West does, like it's over. Like, yeah, you got yourself a break up there. It's over. I'm not doing that. I'm not doing none of that. But in the song, bro, he goes, he praises the man that ran the German Workers' Socialist Party during the 1930s and 1933. He became Chancellor of Germany. He was praising the dude in the song. All right.
And
All
that
right.
it was
And
a
then
different song or that same song.
in the same song. Oh no, he's got a song named that. This
Oh, okay.
He's got a song called Heil. I'm not
Yeah.
gonna say the whole thing.
We all know the name.
He's got a song named that. And then, you
Crazy
know,
work.
yeah, and that's drawn a lot of backlash. Okay. The drama escalates even more as he makes offensive remarks about Jay-Z and Beyonce's children, adding fuel to the fire. Kim Kardashian is now talking about possibly, this is just what I'm hearing, and she wants full custody. Now that's just allegedly, but she wants full custody of them babies because he talking about he wants to put that little girl on a song with P Diddy, and he ain't the dude that you should be bringing your daughter around. And
Not at
you,
this time. Not at this time. Whether until we know whether he's exonerated or not. Regardless, yeah, this is a terrible time to be thinking about that. You know what I mean?
I think
Yeah.
that's kind of crazy that he wants to be supporting Diddy, and then on top of supporting Diddy, he asked DJ Academics for an interview, which is possibly the most controversial journalist that's ever existed. You know what he did?
Yeah, I know what he did. I saw. I mean, if you haven't seen it, comment. You know what I'm saying? Comment. I haven't seen it. Tell me about it. We'll drop a link or something. I don't know. You know what I mean? But yeah, I definitely seen it.
I'm
I've
not
seen it
gonna
more
go
times than I care to
into it.
see it.
I'm not gonna go into it. I heard it one time and it was too much for my ears. I
Yeah.
try to keep my ears and my eyes and my mouth and my nose, pure, because I don't want to feel or hear or remember bad vibes. Because if you do, guys, and you let all these bad vibes into your force field, you know what I'm saying? What ends up happening to you, you start getting some loose circuits. So you don't want loose circuits. You know what I mean? You don't want to start remembering bad stuff and that makes you do wild things later on subconsciously, and you never know. It's just because you keep intaking drama. So, just
Well
be
described.
careful with that, man. Don't listen too much to that dark stuff that academics was doing on his podcast, allegedly. But yeah. Anyway, to get into sports, bro, the Houston Astros sign a stealing scandal that continues to haunt the Major League Baseball. Despite their 2017 World Series win, debates rage on about whether the punishment was too lenient, keeping the controversies alive. So there's something weird going on with the Houston Astros. I don't know. There's
What
like
about
a
the
whole,
Yankees? You hear about the bat thing going on with the Yankees?
I don't know. Someone steal a sign in the Houston Astros. What are they
Oh yeah,
talking
no,
about?
they were stealing signs for years, and they got caught, and then they won the World Series like 2 or 3 years later, or whatever. I don't, or they went. I don't know who won it. You know, I don't remember, but I know they played in it against my team, who hasn't won a game this year, which is insane so far. But yeah, so I definitely understand the perspective of not enough consequences for them because they're supposed to be de-elevated, de-escalated from the position they were in for that cheating, and it never really occurred. It didn't happen like that. You know what I mean?
Are you serious?
Yeah, I mean, they got punishments. They lost draft picks or whatever, but they'd already, you know what I'm saying? They'd already kind of cornered the market, so they didn't like they didn't like get a postseason ban or anything like that.
Oh man, I should start coaching next year. I'm gonna be coaching, man. I'm gonna be baseball coaching, man. Be teaching these kids how to play baseball, man. Keeping them out of trouble, little baby kids, keeping them out of trouble, man. So they don't be hanging out in the street, man. But yeah, man, that's crazy. What's going on? What happened with the Yankee bat?
All right, you know how a baseball bat is shaped like this? It just gets bigger as it goes up, right? Their
Yeah.
bats their bats are now shaped like this. So they
Why?
took some of the it's you have to look up the pictures. It's called a torpedo bat to help you for reference. If you look up Yankees torpedo bat, you'll see it, and they hit like 9 home runs in the first game they used them. So it's debatable. It doesn't break any type of MLB regulation, but it's debatable upon should it be allowed or whatever because baseball's a traditionalist game. You know what I mean?
Wow. Yeah, I
Yeah.
love baseball. Listen, guys, all the fathers out there in the world, listen, if you guys want to get your child into a sport that's not too demanding on their bodies, and you know what I mean, and it's respectable, and they can get a big contract possibly when they grow up if they continue it, baseball is the sport. Baseball is the sport, man. A lot of people getting deals over there, and that's where the most people get paid. You know, that's where you get paid the most. So just think about baseball, guys. Baseball is definitely a sport you want to, be involved in, especially if you got boys and even girls. You know, they got softball, little
Softball's
league.
a big thing, especially in
Yeah,
college.
yeah, yeah.
And I think the softball's in the Olympics now. Like
Yeah,
baseball is.
yeah.
Not like the
It
Olympic,
teaches. Listen, these kids have no social skills like we did. Like we was always talking outside all night till the lights, the street lights turned on. You know what I mean? We was out. We
Yeah.
ain't have devices, so having them a part of a team where they could sit in the bullpen the whole time like that with their peoples, they ain't got nothing to do but socialize. You know what I mean? So hey,
Yeah, I
man,
played
that's
for
just
about
what.
4 years myself, so it's definitely teamwork is valuable, and I don't mean that in a that sounds so like I don't know government,
No,
you know what I'm
teamwork
saying, but
is
like just
valuable.
teamwork in life, you know what I'm saying, not just work
Yeah.
or whatever. Yeah,
You gotta have friends for life like that. You know what I
yeah.
mean? But anyway, listen, man, we're gonna switch it up, man. As you can see right now, Elon Musk, all right, has been in the news every minute, every second. A new article is coming out about Elon Musk because he's a billionaire dude that got rich off of this PayPal stuff. And then they said that he was a part of this whole entire PayPal mafia, allegedly. And they were saying that Elon Musk literally tried to take over the internet, and that now he's this really rich guy because everybody's using his services, and he funded all these other companies and trying to monopolize the internet. But the problem here is this: now he's in the government. We get it. You want to take over the world on a business stance? Hey, man, more power to you, man. Just play by the rules. Don't monopolize. Play by the rules. Give everybody a fair shot. Even if you got to invest into your competition, when you're too dang big like that, you just need to give somebody another opportunity at some point. But
Hey, did you hear that he
Elon,
sold X? I heard that he sold X.
to his own company.
Oh, is that what it was? Hey man, I gotta pause. I gotta tell you, I apologize for interrupting. My phone's dying. It died way quicker than I thought.
Oh man, what happened?
I'm gonna run
Is
and
this
grab a
phone
cord
going?
real quick and let you tell what you're telling about Elon. I'll be right back. Is that all right?
Oh, his phone's going. All right, all right, all right. We got you. Don't worry about it. Just get it. So, you know, what's been going on with Elon Musk right now is that he's been getting way too involved in not only business stuff, but political stuff. And a lot of people don't like that. A lot of people ain't with, your political stance. They might like you for your business point of views and how you run your company and how you're so innovative and how you're so ahead of the curve and how you take real life Star Wars and you're making it into real life. And people like stuff like that. And that's what we thought Elon Musk was about. But now he's getting involved into politics, and it's kind of just strange. His point of view happens to lean on the right, and not everybody's about that. Not everybody is about, conservatism. Not everybody is about the right. Not everybody is about none of that. And he was even seen in Germany throwing up Nazi salutes, allegedly. He was seen on there. You can go ahead. So he's seen getting cozy not only with the right, but the far right. And it's just a little strange that he's like, you know, doing stuff like that. But now it's affecting his company. And Tesla has been getting a really shitty stock performance revenue basis because of it. And it's really bad. So his support for the far right and everything he's doing um has led to massive protests all over the country and declining sales in the market. And a lot of people are speculating that this was all possibly done on purpose by him so that he can make a bunch of money while the market plummets with put options and sell futures. But everybody is just saying that, and that could just be conspiracy theories. And why would that happen? Why would a major CEO tank his own company on purpose to make billions of dollars with put options? Why would anybody do that? That's so dumb, right?
I
And
got a
then
theory.
possibly maybe buy all those stocks all back up at the low and then do it again later on, like the Big Bang all the way to the death of the universe, and then the Big Bang again to the death of the universe again. Could this just be a big, huge pump and dump? I don't know. I just think that's a conspiracy theory, and I just read that on the forums. I don't know if it has any substance to it. But anyway, I do know that Mark Zuckerberg invested $100 billion into his metaverse and then lost it all. So I don't know. Maybe that's just me thinking weird stuff. I don't know, but I do know there was a guy named Tommy Belises back on Wall Street way back in the early days in the 2000s, and he was involved in a company called Interoil, and he's actually barred from Wall Street and can't make any money there anymore. But he was involved in the Interoil and tanked his own company so he can make a bunch of money on the way down. But that's just allegedly. You didn't hear that from me. I don't know.
Allegedly.
Maybe
Allegedly.
somebody did that, but it was just what I read on the internet. Go do your own research. I don't believe it because I think that guy was pretty cool. But anyway, a lot of people hate him. Anyway, whatever. So, what do you think about this Elon Musk dude?
Look, man. All right, man. That's a whole hat trick, a whole hat full to talk about. But I'm gonna say this: I find it strange that he's aligned himself and is being accepted by a conservative right as an atheist, a known atheist, and a known devil worshiper. You know what I'm saying? In my opinion, do your own research.
Wait, whoa,
You know,
whoa.
and yeah,
Allegedly,
no,
right?
no, he's wearing upside down crosses. There's been videos of him wearing red and black suits with the devil's face on the back and upside down star and all that. You know what I'm saying?
Allegedly, though, right?
Allegedly. Now do your own research,
Allegedly.
like I said.
Yeah.
So I just find that weird, but I do want to say, your image, especially when you learn to use your brand and your image in your own way for success, and you're already successful, you have that much more leverage. It's just like what Kanye's done. Now it gets out of control because pride and all that stuff gets out of control and is a sin, right? Of course, if you follow the Bible or whatever, you know what I mean. So I think it's interesting. We compare it to Kanye, to whatever, not individually, but as a whole, that what Elon's doing could be pumping his image, and then as it crashes, because it's ironic actually if you think about it, all the left are putting swastikas on Teslas. How ironic is that? That's the definition of irony. If he's actually if he's actually doing the salute and it's actually validated, if we find out that it's validated, how ironic will it be that that's what they're doing him a favor putting that on there at that point? You know what I mean? Because that's advertising, right? So that's what I'm
Yeah.
saying. When you create an image and you have a brand and you know how to sell yourself, your money amplifies by your image because people start you get in the news, and you, just like Kanye, you're on everybody's timeline, whether they like you, they don't like you, they know you, they don't know you, they see you, right? So that's all I want to say about that. But then I think it is interesting, the potential for him to be getting at a point to where he's transitioning to something new, for him to deflate the numbers and do maybe potentially what you're talking about, like a pump and dump, which is a good comparison to it, but deflate the numbers to a level to where someone else can afford the company, and keep doing that and building the company at little chunks at a time, pump and dump in small amounts until you know what I mean, somebody comes up and says, I got to buy this, we're going to fix it, we're going to make it better, and they buy a successful company and you get to reap the benefits of everything. You know what? It kind of makes sense the way I'm explaining it, but I'm not really well versed in business. You know what I mean? To really be able to explain that. So I don't know if you catch that, but I think what you're saying, in theory, as long as we assume and we go by what is being said at a base level and what we hear and what we read as truth, which we can't always do that. Do your own research. Uh, then that would be actually a pretty smart thing to do, because you're building continuity and evolution of your brand as a successor to whatever you do next, while leaving behind a marketable company that people are going to be like, well, when we change it, we can buy it and we can change it, and the image will change, and people will love it again. So it'll be that much more marketable to sell. You know what I mean? And it's hard to sell something that only 1/3 of the world likes, or 1/3 of the economy, or 1/3 of the country likes, because it's been aligned with him. But whenever you can come in and do, like, No Jumper is going up for sale. You know what I'm talking about? No Jumper. It's going up for sale for similar, like, not similar reasons, but in a similar circumstance, where somebody comes in and rebrands it. It has all the tools and everything it needs to flourish. You see what I'm saying? So if you take something, you downgrade it just a little bit, or bash the image just a little bit, it becomes marketable to sell it, and it becomes wise then to make as much, you can get as much money as you can out of it before you completely ruin it, I guess. That's just that's my theory. You know what I mean? So I can see that being something that he would do, as him transitioning into a different world, so to speak, in government and whatever. And we all know that, like I said, people with political standing or multi, like, superstar status, like LeBron or whatever, are under a microscope. So everything they do oftentimes is pre-planned. You know what I mean? Like, not that it's fake, but they know what image they're trying to broadcast, what image they're trying to brand and sell. That's how they get. That's how Jordan had a Hanes commercial or whatever. You know what I mean? Like, that's how they get their endorsements and stuff to align with who they are. And I think that that kind of makes sense to me. Like, between him, Kanye, and that, and then himself and No Jumper, I think that's kind of the mode of the present time. You know what I'm saying? For people to be able to sell out their business, because it's marketable, because there's static around it. You know, there's change, evolving, and all that around it. You know what I mean? But that's just my opinion.
Well, this is going to be weird. Okay. But the U.S. government has implemented a strict policy, okay, prohibiting American personnel in China from engaging in romantic or honky ponky with Chinese citizens. This move, aimed at countering potential security risks, has sparked debates about personal freedoms and the growing tensions between Washington and Beijing. Now,
Yeah.
this is going to sound weird, but there is a weird operation going on, allegedly, with Chinese pretty girls. And it's going down on LinkedIn, where Chinese pretty girls are hooking up with investment bankers, CEOs, and really rich dudes. And what they're doing is creating relationships with these guys, acting like, because, hey, I'm this really hot Chinese girl or whatever, hook up with me, here goes my pictures. And they're falling for it, and they're getting set up. And a lot of these guys are getting extorted by the Chinese, whatever the heck they are. And the extortion works like this: give me your book of business and all your investors, and I won't do this. And whatever this is, it's really screwing up a lot of people. So I see that the US government has finally figured out that there is romance scams going on with Chinese people and United States people. But, there's a lot of tensions going on there, and that's pretty weird. And if this is the reason they're doing that, then I get it, but it's still a lot to ask of people.
It
Like,
is.
what if
I
somebody
agree. I agree. It's a
what if
lot to
somebody
ask,
has a
specifically for
girlfriend that's
somebody that's been in the
yeah.
military and is stationed overseas, to not partake in a relationship. Period. And it does seem like it crosses a boundary. But, it's kind of like being a felon, for example. Like, you give up all your rights when you become a felon. You know what I mean? When you sign up for the military, you sign your life over to them. So, you know what I mean? And I get now that I understand the reasoning behind why they would do it, that it's not for other reasons that you would initially think of why it would be done. It kind of validates it. You know what I'm saying? So I kind of get both sides, but I think it's mostly validated because when you sign up for the military, you sign up for whatever they tell you to do. You know what I'm saying? So yeah.
Yeah, this actually happened to a guy that I know personally. So that's how I know about this whole romance scam thing. But guys, be careful hooking up with girls online. A lot of the
Period.
times, it don't be who you think on the other side. If you
Military or
really
not.
want to if you really want to know who's the girl on the other side of the phone, the best thing to do is to schedule a time to talk with them and possibly get on video chat. And this doesn't mean, rock out with your cock out. This means get on the phone and speak to that woman with some respect. But anyway, man, you already know. Hey, Robin Hood of Rhymes was on the line. Go check him out. We'll have his link in the description below. You already know. Share this with your girlfriend and your baby mama immediately. Immediately. Thank you, man. Hey, man, we out of here. I got things to do.